Tuba Bach summer concert. Excited to have you here. A couple of things to get out of the way right from the beginning. Those of you that if you've heard rumors or if you just don't know or whatever. So I am especially happy to be here today. A couple of weeks ago I had a stroke. So be patient with me. I'm not going to play the whole show, but I have the best seat in the house. So I'm going to have a good time. And, thank you. I appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to all of you afterwards, and thank you for all the cards and the thoughts and the prayers and the everything that goes with that. last couple of weeks. It's very much appreciated. So I'll have a chance to talk a little bit more at the end. Good news, bad news, however it is, you feel like my speech is just great, so I get to keep talking through time. So that's still there. Super happy to have, of any show that this could have happened, this is the one, because these other two can do just a great show whether I'm playing or not. So this was the perfect time to do it. So you all know and all love Alvin Waddles. As an extra bonus, if you can find me in the crowd afterwards, today is Alvin and Lori's 29th anniversary, so super happy to get to do a show for them. And it's hard to believe it was 7 years ago, but when we did the show, it was the three of us the first time, but I'm so happy to have back in Big Rapids again. Please welcome the one and only Queen Doreen Ketchens. Did you just touch something, Jeff? We may be playing the show in the dark. That was weird. So, yeah, hey, can you just turn the whole house light on, button back there? We'll just do it that way. And then we will. Jeff, if you hit the blackout switch, see if that does anything. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then we'll just have one red light. All right. So here we are. Doreen, you call out the show and what we're doing, you're in charge.
Hello. Oops, it's not on. Hello, 2.
Okay.
Testing 1. Take this one. Okay.
You take this one. I don't know why that one's not working, but I'll fix it. Okay. Because we know this one is. There you go.
It's the best show ever.
No, we haven't even started yet. All right. We are all tangled up. You give me that. There you go. Yeah. I think you're safe.
I ain't in the seat yet.
It's going to be one of those days.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. Absolutely wonderful to be back. We rehearsed in this church last time, and I think it was kind of cool. I mean, excuse me for bringing the heat. Goodness gracious, we were just in Minnesota, and it was hot there too. I mean, wow. But of course, 2 weeks ago we were in Syracuse, New York, and the high was 45. It's like, careful what you wish for, you know? But if I keep talking, there ain't gonna be a no play. So we always start with a spiritual, and this is no exception. We're gonna start with a tune entitled "I'll Fly Away." an open room. I don't know why I wear my glasses around my neck. No, I do know why I wear my glasses around my neck. Because when I need them to read, but I can't walk with them. I can't walk straight. So if you would excuse me just a second, I need my glasses to read. So give me 2 seconds. Yep. Next up, on the sunny side of the street. If there were a curtain, we would have did that behind the curtain. Just consider yourself failing. is Just a Closer Walk with Thee. And usually before I do this song, I explain a little bit about the jazz funeral, the tradition we have in New Orleans. Because I did that 7 years ago. So I wasn't sure if I should do that again or just play it. You think they forgot? Okay. No. Okay. That sounds like my cousin over there. Said he doesn't remember what he did yesterday. I don't know, my cousin might be my twin. So, okay. Well, next up we're going to do a tune entitled Just a Closer Walk with Thee. But before we do it, I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the tradition we have in New Orleans called a jazz funeral. Now, in order to have a successful, top-of-the-line jazz funeral, you need a deceased. But once you get past that deceased part, you need plenty of spectators like yourselves, a brass band about twice the size of this one, and a bereaved family. Now, the jazz funeral officially begins when the band captain sees the casket coming out of the church or funeral home where the services are being held. When he sees this, he signals the band to play what is called a dirge. Translation of a dirge, a slow, tear-jerking song. And it's always a spiritual. For this, we're going to play Just a Closer Walk with Thee. Now, this is what it looks like in the middle of the street. You have the funeral director's car, you have the band, the hearse, family cars, and spectators all around. And they're all sitting in front of this building, waiting for the doors to open. And once those doors open, the band stands in place, and they begin to play this slow spiritual. And he will play that song until the pallbearers bring the casket out and load it into the hearse, and everybody gets into their respective places. Now, when that happens, the band continues to play that song, but they do this slow, somber march from side to side that looks like this. Now, that is called the first line. And the first line is for the bereaved family to express their grief at the loss of their loved one. Now, this goes on for about 5 or 6 blocks, depending, of course, on the popularity of the deceased. See, if the deceased was a very popular person, then more spectators would turn out, and the band will elongate the procession just a little bit so that everybody can get an eye and an earful. But however long that is, there's a point of separation that happens in the middle of the street. That's when the band stops and split it in two. Half on one side of the street, half the band on the other side of the street, forming sort of a gateway for the hearse and the rest of the family cars to pass through. Once the last family car passes a trumpet player, he gives off a call like this. I'm going to try it again. Once the last family car passes a trumpet player, he gives off a call like this. And that, hey, is what I want you guys to do. Can we do that together? Well, let's try it, shall we? And that was almost perfect. Here we go. Hey, that wasn't bad at all. But it still wasn't good enough. That was actually all right. But the reason that hey is so important is because that hey signifies that the time for bereavement is over. And it's now time for you to rejoice because that loved one has gone on to a better place. Or a warmer place, depending on the person. So when you hear that call, you can't just say, hey. When you hear that call, you gotta say, hey! Because with that hey, you're waking the dead. You're changing the mood from sad to happy. You're changing the situation from respectful to let's partake. So with that in mind, can we try it one more time? Yeah. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Y'all are as hot as the temperature out there. Now, with that, the family cars, the hearse, the funeral director, they go off to the cemetery. And what's left in the middle of the street is the band and the spectators. Very respectful. But that's when they're ready to get down, to party, to dance and party in the streets. That's when you see, like even in the James Bond movies with the people with the umbrellas and the handkerchiefs, having a good old time. But before we dance and party in the streets with the second line, we have to first pay our respects to the deceased. And we do that with this song, which is the first line. And in this case, it's entitled Just a Close Walk with You. line is ended. Funeral director, hearse, family cars, they moved on their way to the cemetery. And what's left in the middle of the street is the band and the spectators. Very quiet, very respectful, but anxious, ready to partake. But nobody wants to be the first to yell and scream in the middle of a funeral. That's why you got the trumpet player. Y'all ready? Happens more than once. You'll be ready. Here we go. Y'all were really too, I'm telling you. I hope some of that applause is for y'all too, man. I mean, y'all did that. Shucks. Yeah, but that's something I thought we only did in New Orleans, but it's an old African tradition. And it, you know, those Africans that became slaves went all over the world, and so even in Japan and in Greece and in Germany, you can find a celebration that for the transition from this world to the next, all over the world. But I think in New Orleans, we do it the best. graduating from kindergarten? Next up, we're going to do a tune entitled Lulu's Back in Town. I don't know the last time I played this song, but hey, we're going to work it. Just want you to know, these guys are pros.
That's another way of saying we have no rehearsal.
I was actually going to say something like, it's not like I just got off the plane and just came here. Said hello and changed my clothes. But look at how, listen to how it sounds. It's amazing. I mean, you know, it's just... I mean, you know, Mr. Impatient here sounds awesome. Glad he didn't listen to me, because I was like, look, take the time, strengthen your foundation, build your strength. He was like, emoji with glasses. So I'm enjoying what I can get. Thanks, Ed. All right, enough stalling. Lulu's back in town. calls the news back in town. I'm gonna hop up on somewhere, tie my shoes and comb my hair, tickle my chin with Buddha calls the news back in town. You can tell all my friends, all my Harlem brokers, Mr. Owner Street friends, he won't be around. Will you tell him that I'm so call? I ain't coming home until the call. Then again, I might not be home at all. Cause Lulu's back in town. I said Lulu's back in town. Oh my Lulu, he's back in town. Thank you very much. Next up, Amy Speedy. Yep, E flat. And that's for me, that's me. James Infirmary Blues. So, and then I'll take that.
She'll never
Joe said when I die, bury me in a straight lacy hood. I want a box back coat on the Stetson high. Make sure you put up $20 gold piece. Oh, my watch string, yeah, man. So the boys who know that I died standing by. So now comes the audience participation point. There's always more than one. I mean, I love performing, but I also like interacting. So all you gotta do is I'll say, oh, you'll know. You'll know. it's like being in your room, you know where everything is until the lights go out. Then you're like, wait a minute. And you think you know. Think you know where that step is or where that dresser is, and you still just miss it. Just a little bit. You don't miss nothing. Nothing at all. Everybody loves my baby. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What's that, right? Sometimes I don't realize I'm actually saying it out loud. There's no need for improvement, my sweet daddy's built for me. Call everybody loves my baby, but my baby, nobody but me, yeah, nobody but me. Well, everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me, nobody but me. And everybody wants my baby, but my baby don't want nobody but me. That's plain to see. Well, now when my baby kisses me upon my rosy cheeks, I'll just let those kisses stay, don't wash my face for weeks. Call everybody loves my baby, but my baby, nobody but me, yeah, nobody but me. he kisses me upon my rosy cheeks. I'll just let those kisses stay. Don't wash my face for each call. Everybody loves my baby, but my baby, nobody but me, yeah, nobody but me. Next up, What a Wonderful World. and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, the colors of the rainbow are so pretty in the sky, and are also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do we do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I've watched them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. Next up, Sweet Georgia Brown. Sweet Georgia Brown, two left feet but hold so neat line. Sweet Georgia Brown, the outside hold a die for Sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you why, because I don't mind not much. It's been said she knocks in bed when she lands in town. Since she came, why it's a shame how she fools around. All the fellas that she can't get, all the fellas that she ain't met. Well, Georgia claimed her and also named her Sweet Georgia Brown. Well, I'm no gal named that kind of thing for Sweet Georgia Brown. Two left feet but hold so neat, that's Sweet Georgia Brown. Well, on the outside, wanna die for Sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you why, because I don't lie not much. Well, always been said that she knocks a dead when she lands in town. Since she came, why it's a shame how she fools around. All the fellas that she can't Georgia Brown. To the left feet, but hold so lean. Thou sweet Georgia Brown. Will on the outside, and wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you why, because I don't lie that much. It's been said that she knocks it dead when she left the town. Since she came, it's a shame how she fools around. All the fellas that she can't get. All the fellas that she ain't met. Well, Georgia claimed her and also laid down sweet Georgia Brown.
So we gotta give Doreen a break, catch her breath and all that. So, a couple of things I got to tell you about. Let's start with, most of you, I think, got our recent mailing, but if you didn't, most of the pieces are out there. But want to tell you a little bit about season number 20, right, this year. So that's in September and October, and I can tell you now that it is definitely 100% my intention to be here and be able to play for y'all. So and just a little bit, you know, Tuba Bach is called Tuba Bach because 20 years ago, the Bach cello suites were what kind of started this whole thing. So there's 6 of them, six pieces that J.S. Bach wrote for unaccompanied solo cello. And way back, the 20 years ago, was just because I had just gotten back to town, and you all, and whoever else, when I came back to town, said, "Oh, you're back in town, what are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm playing the tuba," and you all said, "No, like for a living, what do you do?" And so we're getting ready to do a recording of the cello suites, and I thought, what better way to do all that? So back then, I said, well, let's do 6 concerts, and I'll start each one with one of those suites, and then bring in some friends from around the country and stuff that I played with, and then 20 years later, we're still doing that. So that's why it's Tuba Bach, that's what it is. So for this 20th season, I'm going to go back and revisit the cello suites, because really, I mean, we called it Tuba Bach, but I don't do Bach stuff very often anymore. But this year we are, but with a different twist. So instead of being all solo stuff, it's like new takes on them and all that. So the first week, so that's what, September 13 and 14, I am doing it just by myself, and I'm going to be the only musician on stage, but sharing the stage with Mark Tripp, who is a world-famous, world-renowned magician. And I think the idea of music and music is magic to me, and to be able to share the magic and all that with you. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. I've never done that before. Come and see how it goes. It should be a really cool trick. The second week, folks from Venezuela, Marco Granados, you know, I think, if you've been around for many years, Marco, the flute player. And then we're bringing all new people, a new cuatro player. Marco's brother is coming, doing some percussion and some singing. There's an amazing bass player, and just a terrific lineup for that. So that's the second week. We call that in a Venezuelan teatro. The third week, Mr. Waddles will be back, along with Marion Hayden and Mike Dees, if you remember Mike, just an amazing trombone and saxophone player, so he'll be here. And Dominic Waddles has arranged the whole third cello suite for that jazz ensemble, so we're going to have fun with that, and then just a bunch of other stuff for that one. The fourth week, we called in a Prague music studio, and kind of going a little bit kind of rock and rolly, but the whole idea of Prague music is a fusion of jazz and classical and rock and all that. Jim Alfredson, amazing B3 and keyboard player, will be here. Randy Napoleon is up with guitar. Noah Millette is playing, and somebody else that I can't remember. Maybe that's, John Weber is on the drum set for that one. And then the 5th week, that cello suite is going to get reimagined for a Celtic group. Tony McManus is back, along with on guitar, along with an Irish bagpiper and an Irish fiddler. And I think Noah is going to sit in on Bodrin for that, so that'll be fun. And then the last week, we're taking Bach to the movies, and the 6th suite is being arranged, again by Noah, for the soundtrack for a Buster Keaton movie. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun to see how that works out, and then we're doing soundtracks for some other stuff. So please join us for the Fall Festival. There's a little blurb about the Christmas concert out there, too. The McLean family is coming back from Kentucky, and it'll be a bluegrass Christmas kind of a thing, so that'll be fun. So that finishes out, so that's our 20th year. And some other stuff was out there about fundraising. There's a little yellow sheet about, things are... if you are relying on our government and grants and things to take care of all these concerts and for the arts, that isn't necessarily the case right now. So we need, if we want these things to continue, we need your support. So please think about that, and we hope things turn around, and it's such that Michigan and the federal government can continue to support not only Tuba Bach, but the arts all around our country. But for now, that's on hold, so please support any way that you can. So that is that announcement. Time out for a little intermission about having a stroke and how that all turned out. So you are more than welcome to ask me. I will share with you anything you want to know. I told people that were going to come to visit over the last few weeks. I had 3 rules, so I'll tell you those 3 rules too, because they apply still today. One, please don't tell me how horrible it must be, and gosh, what are you going to do now that you can't play anymore? That's a possibility, and I'm aware that that's a possibility, but I don't want to think about that. So right now the plan is to play. But similarly, I'm sure you're going to be back to 100% in no time at all. We don't know that. So I don't really want to hear that because we don't know that, okay? And then the third one is hey, when my Uncle Bill had a stroke, this is what happened. I'm sorry for Uncle Bill, but I don't really care right now. So other than that, talk about anything you want to talk about. So, but with that, I fully expect to be here playing in the fall, and appreciate all of your thoughts and prayers and cards and all that. So thank you very much. Kind of connected to that, it's been fun. It's been hard to sit up here. As I said, I have the best seat in the house, but for most of the tunes, I'm here thinking, if I could play, I know what I would have done there. As soon as possible, and it was, I think, my favorite text I got for the whole 2 weeks was from Doreen that says, as soon as we can, we'll get the terrific trio back together when we can all play. So I'm looking forward to that as soon as we can, and thank you for that. Mom's cookies are always a part of Tuba Bach stuff. Today's no exception. So afterwards, please join us out in Fellowship Hall for what she has there. I'm going to have an extra special request, and I know how much you want to talk to Doreen and you want to talk to Alvin, and some of you maybe even want to talk to me. Could you please wait for us and meet us out in the lobby and not come up here on stage? I'm a little bit unsteady. Alvin, in a show of solidarity, brought his cane too. And and I'm knocking things over. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But please, if you could not come up on the stage, that would make me feel safer, and we'll all be out there in the lobby to talk to you, so enjoy yourself out there. One final thing about that'll lead into the next thing that I have to talk about always. So there were a couple of people, and thank you so much too, that said, hey, are you going to set up a GoFundMe account to help with this whole thing? And the answer is no. I don't want to do that. If you want to help and you want to support, and I appreciate that very much, do that by an extra kick to the Tuba Bach Fund, okay? So as soon as all the concerts and the artists and everything are paid for the year, then I can go back to making a salary from doing this, and that's what will help pay the expenses. So, and bonus, you get a tax write-off for it. So do it that way, please. And I appreciate all of that. So I think that's mostly what I had to say, except for how awesome and special it has been to have Doreen back in town, to have Alvin back in town, and you guys are wonderful. So I don't know what time it is. Is there time for one more tune or two more tunes or three more? I don't know. I'm going to play the last one with you, so if you were going to do something before that, I'm going to give the microphone back. But thank you all so much for coming today and pretending that you're in New Orleans and enjoying the swampy heat and all that. It just puts you in the right frame of mind for it. So there we go. I'm going to give you back the microphone, and you tell me how the show closes.
All right. Well, yet another comedian on stage. We're going to end this one with When the Saints Go Marching In. Because I just feel like you ain't really been to a New Orleans type show if you ain't heard the Saints, right? And I like doing it. You know, there's this famous postcard in New Orleans that has a band and a tip jar, and it says, request $1, Saints Go Marching In, $10. I mean, I can relate to it because sometimes we're actually playing the song and somebody will say, oh, can you play When the Saints Go Marching In? But I tell you, I've made more money off of this song than any other song ever. So I love this song. Now, if you don't mind, could we do it together? Okay, so I'll say, oh, when the Saints, you say, oh, when the Saints. I say, go marching in, you say, go marching in. And then we all sing together, oh, when the Saints go marching in. But then instead of saying, oh, well, I want to be in a number, you say, oh, Saints go marching in. You got it? Oh, shucks, I bet you do too. And we have merch out there. My beautiful daughter and grandson are out there just suffering in the heat, waiting for you guys to say, hi, how much is this? Or can I get that? So please, go over and, check out what we have. And please, please support, Tuba Bach and the arts, period. Because, we're sort of under fire as usual. It's always one of those things. But the outpouring of support, the showing of support, the just people coming out like you're doing, like today, that means so much. Because we put everything we have into these performances. I mean, everything. We're sitting here sweating bricks, I kid you not. And, loving every moment of it because we're creating and people are interested in what we create and loving what we create. So please, if you get a chance, skip Starbucks for a day, and hit the Tuba Bach Fund, or some other wonderful, arts program, and it'll make you feel better, I promise. Just like singing right now is going to make you feel better. No, okay. Yeah. Now when the saints go marching in, I'm coming. Well, when the saints go marching in, said I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in, here we go. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, well, saints go marching. A little louder, please. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, well, thank y'all very much. to Alvin Waddles, y'all. Oh, and the saints go marching in. Oh, and the saints go marching in. Oh, well, saints. Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all very much. All the best.